Trump defies left, issues huge NRA endorsement. The Second Amendment is currently under all-out assault, but President Donald Trump isn't caving in. After the tragic school shooting by a mentally deranged young man in Florida, liberals and the media have pointed the finger at a group that had no connection to the crime, the National Rifle Association. First, a CNN-organized town hall event became a clearly biased chance to bash gun owners and essentially accuse the NRA and its spokesperson Dana Loesch of having blood on their hands. Then, companies including Enterprise Rent-A-Car, which had discount programs for NRA members, began tearing up their agreements, and made it obvious that any member of the gun safety and firearm ownership group was unwelcome in their locations. With all of this hysterical pressure on an organization made up of some 5 million law-abiding gun owners, it would have been easy for Donald Trump to distance himself from the NRA. Instead, he did the opposite. During a quick chat with reporters while leaving the White House to attend a conservative conference, Trump actually defended the NRA and took a stand for its many members. These are good people, in many cases great people, they are patriots, they love our country, the president said. The NRA wants to do the right thing, I've been speaking to them. At the same time, Trump acknowledged that there were problems within the country that needed to be addressed, particularly with mental health and school security. Trump said that he would fix the issue of mass shootings in schools, even though it had been a problem for years. He called for the end of gun-free zones at schools, reported Breitbart News. You have to have a certain degree of offensive power within the school, it can't always be defense, the president stated. While he had respectful words for the millions of Americans who make up the NRA, Trump also took a very critical tone when talking about one of the sheriff's deputies who reportedly waited for 4 minutes, armed but doing nothing, while children were murdered inside the school. He didn't have the courage, or something happened. He certainly did a poor job, the president said of Scott Peterson, the school resource officer who has now resigned in disgrace. Even Broward County Sheriff Scott Israel could not hide his disappointment in the behavior of the sworn deputy during the tragedy. What matters is that when we, in law enforcement, arrive at an active shooter, we go in and address the target, the sheriff said, according to Fox News. And that's what should have been done. Israel elaborated that he expected Deputy Peterson or any law enforcement official to have went in, addressed the killer, killed the killer. In fact, it looks like officials at almost every level dropped the ball when it came to taking the threat seriously. The sheriff's office and the FBI reportedly received dozens of warnings that Nicholas Cruz was planning on attacking the school, but either ignored or brushed off the clues. In light of those many failures by trained and armed government officials, the fact that so much outrage is being aimed at the National Rifle Association is simply bizarre. There is no indication whatsoever that Cruz had even the vaguest connection to the NRA, yet all of its law-abiding members have been grouped in with a demented killer by the media and liberals. Trump is right. NRA members are people who love America and believe in responsible gun ownership, a right guaranteed in the Constitution. Pretending that this makes them fanatics is insane, and it is refreshing that at least one leader is refusing to turn their back on the law-abiding citizens of this country.